talking about how I believe that Kennan Bailey is being groomed, positively groomed as a college coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mentored is probably the better word there.
I like that. Mentored. I was gonna say when I take my cat to the vet, I say, hey, can you please mentor my cat?
Yeah.
But I think he's being mentored. I brought up his history. He's been in Hudson for a very long time. Running backs, wide receivers, quarterbacks, quality control, special assistant to the head coach, O-line, tight ends. And I kind of compared him to what, when we talked about Bowen coming over, I said he's done almost everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I think that, and then I also brought up what Chip Patterson said this morning, like it's a homeboy hire. And it looks like, Ryan Day can give your boys promotions, but I think this is a guy who Ryan Day thinks a lot of. Like and I see what Philip said. He's the Gary Area of the offense. That I think he's being. I'll say it again. Being mentored to be something down the line, and also I just believe he's given this position because he deserves it. He's done almost damn near everything you could do except for. He's recruited before. He's done basically everything you've done or you could do on offense before even becoming a co-offensive coordinator or coordinator. So yeah, that's my. I think it's a good hire. What do you think?
Yeah, I've got no qualms with the hire either. When I say hire, he was already on staff. It's just a promotion. Mm-hmm. Brian Hartline's going to be the one calling the plays. That would be my full thought. Now, this does give me a little bit of a question mark on whether or not Day could be taking over the reins, at play calling, just because he, neither one of these guys have called plays before. But I still assume Hartline is going to be the one calling the shots. Bailey's done a lot of different things, as you mentioned. He's done most of those things fairly well. He seems liked around the Woody. He seems to work hard. So, yeah, why not reward him for the work he's done and the work he's going to continue to do? I see no issues with this hire. And quite frankly, this signals to me, and I know, you and I talked about this briefly on the phone. This signals to me that he's trying to build a little bit of a coaching tree. He's trying to get these guys ready to not just succeed here, but succeed elsewhere. That's ultimately, as a head coach, you understand that's kind of what is going to end up happening when you start having success. Guys are going to start getting opportunities elsewhere to become, offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators, head coaches at other programs. And, we've already seen that. They lost their OC, DC, and their offensive line coach already. So I think Day is, he's at this point in his Ohio State coaching career where he can start kind of developing guys to become promoted hires to other programs. And I think this is kind of the start of his coaching tree.
Yeah, and I want to say this about Kennan Bailey and just like the whole coaching thing, because I saw a lot of people say, and where I finished up before you came on here was, talk about, too many generals and not enough soldiers. The reason I'm okay with this and him being the co-offensive coordinator is because, it's not a situation where you have two co-offensive coordinators. Brian Hartline is the offensive coordinator. And I believe what Ryan Day is doing is where you have Bowen, who, we've talked about this, where he's been, the pass game has not always been good, but the run game it progresses. It gets better wherever he goes. So now you have him he's a run game coordinator.
Yep.
Cool. Then you have Bailey, who I think he's just being mentored to become something greater, something bigger. And you give him a notch on his resume. All these guys are going to have input. Ryan's going to have input. But between those three, Brian Hartline is going to have the last say so, and he's going to have veto power. And I think that's what's going to be.
Which I think he should.
Yes, he should. He should. Now, when it comes to Ryan Day, and we've talked about that. I think he's going to be here for a while. I'm on your side on this. I told you before. I think that at some point he could probably go to the NFL. I've told other people. I think just because you've signed the contract doesn't mean you are going to fulfill it. Man, we've talked. You said it before. He talks about wanting to get that second championship. you're giving guys these promotions. I believe Ryan Day wants to start a coaching tree. I'm right with you. I believe Ryan Day wants to be seen in the light of the Urban Meyers, of the Nick Sabans, of those type of guys where whoever comes from under him, man, those guys are good, and you got to go get them. And what that means is that now whoever the up and coming best coordinators are, when your guys leave, you get what's best on the market. And so, yeah, I think that's what Ryan Day is doing.
Yeah, and I mean, to your point about him wanting to be here for a while, I think the only possible job he would ever leave for, leave Ohio State for would be a head coaching job in the NFL. I think that's the only way he leaves on his own volition. Now, he's got a 3-4 year buffer here now that he's won the national title. So, again, hopefully he gets that Michigan thing corrected. He's shown the mental acuity to be able to turn a team around. So I wouldn't be surprised if he won another national title here. But you also have to remember, you look around the country, there aren't a lot of coaches that have won multiple national titles out there. Right now, it's Kirby Smart, it's Dabo Swinney, and that's it. As far as
and right now,
not just won multiple national titles, but have won any national titles.
And right now, he's arguably better than Dabo Swinney as a coach.
Oh, yeah. Because Dabo refuses to change. He won't use the transfer portal. That's Clemson's own set of issues. But, Day is in a good spot, personally now, I believe. I think he is a lot more comfortable with his situation now that he's won the national title. We talked about this last week about his confidence, his aura. He's just got a different, bounce to him, really.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think that this coaching tree is starting to take its roots, and we'll see how many potential head coaches it eventually produces.
Definitely.